Well, hey there, friends. Jack Ingram here, and it's time for the Texas music scene. It's what I like to call your home for all things songwriter-driven, independent music. This time we're in Zilker Park for the Trail of Lights in Austin, Texas. And once again, we put together a fantastic lineup for all y'all. My good friend Wade Bowen gives us a story and live performance of his song, Everything Has Your Memory. We sit down with the super talented William Beckmann as he fills us in on his musical backstory and his 2022 album called Faded Memories. Courtney Patton does a solo acoustic version of the title track to her album, Electrostatic. And Bri Bagwell closes this one down with Trenches, performed in front of a live audience at One World Theater in Austin. That's all queued up and ready to roll on this edition of the Texas Music Scene. Track number one on Wade Bowen's self-produced album, Somewhere Between the Secret and the Truth, is a soulful country tune called Everything Has Your Memory. It's a good one. He gave us the story behind that one before he performed it for our live audience.
Everything Has Your Memory is the lead single off of the new record, Somewhere Between the Secret and the Truth. It's the first track. It's the first record I ever produced on my own. So this introduction, when people first start to stream it or put the CD in, if they still listen to CDs or put it on vinyl, I really wanted them, the first track, to really introduce what the record was gonna sound like and be like. And I was going for simplicity, huge sonic sounding songs. And I think that Everything Has Your Memory is just a great way to introduce the record and a great way for people to hear it on the radio and say, okay, I really love what he's doing here with this record.
In an oak tree, shining the stars, feeling a longing to hear the shots upon a bar. Quiet in the morning, waking up from a dream, heartache hurting. Yeah, everything has your memory. Everywhere I go, you're the someone that I see. Won't leave me alone, oh, love you should know. Shadow on a sidewalk, face in a crowd.
Welcome back to the Texas music scene, friends. Del Rio, Texas is hometown of both Radney Foster and an immensely talented young singer-songwriter named William Beckmann. He's got traditional country music chops for days, but make no mistake, William's no one-trick pony. Here's his story behind the 7-song project called Faded Memories.
When we danced all night long.
Feels like a happy accident. It wasn't something that I was like consciously, actively trying to do. I think that it's just the music found me, and I wasn't really good at anything else. So when I figured out how to play a couple chords on the guitar, it came natural to me. I was always attracted to a lot of different styles of music, and I think inevitably it kind of comes out in my songwriting because I have a lot of different influences from all over the place, vocally and stylistically. I think it's always kind of cool to use your voice as an instrument itself and tell the story.
I will be drinking bourbon whiskey all night long with my friends to keep me company.
Bourbon Whiskey is a song that I specifically, I remember intentionally wanting that to be like a traditional country song. Like I wanted it to sound like it was recorded in the 60s. That was the whole point. And I wanted it to be simple because a lot of the lyrics back then were very straightforward, very simple. Heartbreak, getting drunk, that sort of thing. I wanted to sing like a mariachi whenever I was first starting to sing, because they just have such boomy, strong voices, and their vibrato is really, really prominent.
30 miles between you and I, but then you moved away and we had to say goodbye. It broke my heart in so many ways. I often find myself looking back on the days.
My producer, Orrin Thornton, he's awesome. He's the guy that produced the 7 songs that we ended up putting on the record. We did a majority of the tracking in Nashville, but we did some songs in Springfield, Missouri. I don't like ever feeling like I'm having to beat the clock or feel rushed when I'm making a record. I don't think anybody should ever have to feel that way. A lot of money on the line, a lot of other people's time. Musicians come in, they come out. It's a very thing, and which is fine. Some people work well that way, but I don't. I like to really take my time and figure out what it is that I want to do.
Now I can't find a single answer, 'cause you left me in the dark. How am I supposed to carry onward? What am I supposed to tell my heart?
That song kind of just fell out of nowhere. I wrote the guitar part for that song, and I remember I pulled out my phone and I started recording, and I just started singing off the top of my head, and I would say that 90 to 95% of what I just sang off the top of my head ended up being what the lyrics became. I don't really know where it came from, but I'm glad I ended up with it, because it's a really special song to me, and it seems like a lot of people connect with it.
Soon I'll forget you and all the damage that you've done, 'cause I found me a new woman.
It's a dream come true, man. I mean, I've been watching the Texas music scene since I was in high school, dreaming that someday I'd be doing this. And so it's very surreal, and I'm very humbled and appreciative of the fact that I've been invited to be a part of it. And that goes with everything, with the shows and getting to open up for everybody that I grew up listening to, it seems like. I wanted nothing more than to be a part of a community, and that's what I've got. That's what the Texas music scene is, and I couldn't be more thankful.
And darling, you won't be on my mind at all. No, you won't, because I'll be busy drinking bourbon whiskey.
Courtney Patton collaborated with producer Gordy Quist from the Band of Heathens at his studio, The Finishing School, here in Austin, Texas, to make her 2022 album, Electrostatic. And man, I've got 2 words for you: country, soul. Here's Courtney doing the title track.
My new album is titled Electrostatic. It's a song that I wrote after watching a really beautiful summer lightning storm a couple summers ago in Texas, and the lightning bolts were just shooting out across the sky sideways like arms. And I took a picture of it, and you'll see it on the album cover. There's just all these lightning bolts that I got, but one of them in particular looked like a hand reaching out across the sky. And I sat on my front porch and I took that picture and I started a little poem. What if all that energy was just you trying to reach for me? And I thought about my sister, I thought about Kylie, I thought about people that I loved that had gone before me, and the fact that we don't really know what happens after it's all over, but I know that organically we're something, right? When our bodies break down, we come back as something beautiful. So I like to think about trees and flowers and just that life goes on, even if it's not in the way that we know it or the way that we were raised to think. So I ended up writing that song about my sister, my late sister. It's been 20 years since she passed this year. And yeah, that's it. It was just something I didn't intend to do. I've already written her a song before from my last record, 14 years. But this one was different. It's maybe got a little bit more hope, and it's not so sad. I mean, there's still a longing in it, but it's also just like, I can see her in the beauty around me, even if she's not physically with me anymore, so.
Not created nor destroyed, I never felt you leave this place, though I long to see your face one more time. But what would once more grant me but an endless case of wanting for a ladder to your clouds so I could climb? Did you know that trees have children and a language of their own? And when one of them is wounded, it can cry. Fires might emblazon and the mighty wind might weaken, but we build with what they leave us when they die. What if all that energy was just you trying to reach for me, electrostatic sideways in the night? I'd never seen you storm before. When I turned my back, you reached some more. You waited for the timing to be right. I wish I'd planted you with sunshine and the seeds of yellow flowers, so you could spend your hours growing slow. But my grief was just too damn deep. I walked for days in awakened sleep. We boxed you up and dropped you down below. What if all that energy was just you trying to reach for me, electrostatic sideways in the night? I begged for God to show me all His rage on display before me. There you were, and the darkness turned to light. It turned to light. For me, electrostatic sideways in the night, in the night, in the night, in the night.
Welcome back, friends. Bri Bagwell's up next with a pandemic-inspired track from her record, Corazón y Cabeza. This one's called Trenches.
I'm gonna do the song Trenches, which has surprisingly been like the most streamed song on the new record by a lot. And it's not a radio single, it's just a song, the song that people are latching onto, which is so strange because I thought this song was gonna be really, really personal to me. It's very specific to my life, but I guess the overarching theme of struggle and being with somebody that you love during a hard time has been very universal, especially after COVID, because that's what the song is about, really, was me going through COVID and going through a hard time with somebody that I really love and adore. And that was very lucky, and I don't take that for granted, and that's what the song's about. Yeah, we're very lucky. Tonight, Paul Eason his band is off, the Wilder Blue is off, which is really rare. So he's playing in my band today for free, I think. And I hope, honey, he's laughing at me. And so he's gonna play guitar and sing harmonies with me, and it's always like a really special time when he gets to join my band. So this is very lucky.
Well, friends, that brings us to the end. Let's make like a prom dress. Get out of here. Thanks so much to all y'all for watching and to all of our featured musicians for being a part of this one. We'd also like to throw a special thanks out to the Austin Trail of Lights Foundation and Forefront Networks for having us out. Now get out and support Texas music by going and seeing some live music, because Texas is the one place that truly celebrates the independent spirit of making music. Let's keep it that way. We'll see you next time.